Netflix recaps. Today I will describe the film Curve 2021. At the start of the film, we're showed a video of a woman sleeping down somewhere on the concrete, unconscious floor. Her finger is wounded, and her shoes are bloodied. Her dried crimson blood nonetheless, she appears to be unharmed. Considering her circumstances, we are simultaneously shown video of large waves breaking on the beach. The impact creates a deafening roar. Noise that reverberates throughout the environment. A lady is in her ears are ringing, and ultimately rouses her from her slumber state of unconsciousness. She initially sees nothing, but she moves for the confused concrete for the first time and discovers herself in the worst position she could possibly be in. The woman is standing on a curving edge structure with a high ceiling. There is a gloomy end of the road beneath the structure. Nothingness. Death is guaranteed if she makes one mistake. Motion and lands on the ledge. Moreover, the position she holds it doesn't assist her because her left leg is broken. Is folded beneath her body, with no chance to escape. When the woman first notices the edge, pull it out. Freaks out as planned, she tries to flee, but the movement only serves to slide her. Fortunately for her, she does not fall off further down. Not yet, although it is rather evident that it is simply a matter of time. Her left leg moves as a result of the sliding upwards, hurting her a lot. Her palms are also scraped. As a result of the rough and hard concrete, as she silently prays, her breath increases. Notwithstanding the fact that the possibilities of her chances of survival are slim. After then, we got a full picture the scene. She appears to be stuck in a structure. Be a hydropower station. Even if she is able to escape away from the upright wall behind her will not give way. Allow her to flee, however. The wall is the least of her concerns. Worries right now when she curses her current situation. From the nothingness below, a booming trumpet blows. The noise startles her and causes her to panic. Fall has become even more awful. She pauses for a while to reflect and rationalize. That the noise must be caused by the information relieves her a little. Until a bigger roar can be heard seconds later, the woman gazes up at the sky. Annoyance and puts out a shout. After a few minutes, everything becomes dark. The only thing she hears is her quick breathing. Breathing, and her inner thoughts assured her she will survive one way or another. She understands that remaining still will. She understands that she will eventually be killed. That movement could instantaneously kill her. Nonetheless, she is willing to take the risk. After taking a few deep breaths to settle herself, she lowers her hands and right leg firmly in the concrete and attempts to transform herself around. When she slides, the plan backfires. Lower, and is presently on the curve's edge. She holds herself down in an attempt to remain. She eventually understands after a few seconds of quiet that she must abandon her efforts to straightening her leg was the only way for her to escape. The edge is to raise herself in the she's in, but the drop has made her 10 times bigger. Her palms are now bleeding freely as she becomes weaker. She lifts her right hand up after getting scratched and separates 2 fingers that have become entangled. She then dries off the blood with blood in her jacket to keep her palm from sliding as she tries to climb again. Even the drying procedure is dreadful. Terrible, yet she bravely bears it. She then blows on the wounds, yearning for a small sigh of relief because she is afraid her blows are weak, of making incorrect motions that will hurl her to her death. After pondering the next step for a while, after a long period of time, she eventually raises her uninjured leg. Her bloodied palms press against the concrete. When she raises her body in a curve uncomfortable arc of motion, fortunately for her, the strategy works. Time passes, and she gains a few centimeters amount of work in reducing the woman's size and continuing taking deeper breaths to relax. Her palms have become practically numb as a result of. Despite the discomfort, she puts them up one at a time and blows on them. She doesn't think twice before making a decision. A similar move and increases in height. The woman gradually begins to hallucinate on the bend. She notices the blood prints. Yet her corpse appears to be missing. In her imagination, she returns her attention to the blood pattern and begins to hyperventilate. She is presently the most distant from the edge, and behind her is a solid wall. It's clear that she can't go up there. Any circumstance, but especially in a panic, she does not justify her next move, and attempts to rise once more. She is quickly confronted with the consequences of her actions. Her hastiness when sliding down a hill. Her panic causes her to have additional hallucinations. Severely, she looks down and notices the prints of blood lengthens. She attempts to support herself once more, but she comes to a halt as she hears a loud noise. She returned her gaze to the prints, observes that 2 more have been added. Her only alternatives now are to wait for certain death, or make a move and fall to her doom more quickly. Something in her thoughts warns her that if she keeps doing what she was doing, she will undoubtedly withstand the wrongdoing. Her motivation demonstrates that her brain is functioning properly. Failure to recognize the gravity of the situation's circumstances. After all, in the position she is in, she is not expected to consider this carefully. The only issue is that her desire to surviving could lead to her demise earlier than she had anticipated when everyone else in her position have abandoned. Her only alternatives now are to wait for certain death, or make a move and fall to her doom more quickly. Something in her thoughts warns her that if she now bravely puts, she raises her palm and blows on it. Ready to push herself even higher in less than a second, she slides back down a few centimeters. The woman is not in a position to lose. She has made significant progress. Her panic grows alongside her motivation. Hallucination. She returns her gaze to the just to notice prints for the third time that they've grown significantly. A shriek abruptly resonates in the background. The woman contrasts the noise with herself. Death beckoning her from the shadows. Her palms are now shattered beneath the edge, and there isn't much skin left to scrape. The sky mocks her anguish and roars at her. But the lady doesn't seem to mind. It soon begins to rain severely, adding to her issues. She's not sure if the odds are in her favor. The rain is either working against her or in her favor. May alleviate her suffering by killing her sooner, or it may cause her greater harm by destroying her only chance of survival. In any case, for the first few seconds, she appreciates the raindrops on her face, even if only for a brief moment, almost as if the curve is at rest. Her residence, where she has been residing since the dawn of time. Her happiness, though, is fleeting. When the surface is lubricated by water and pulls her down, the woman clenches her teeth and shuts her eyes. Her teeth were still brimming with the fire if she lets out a loud cry in desperation, but not comparable to the rumble of thunder clouds. She then realizes she's wearing a chain necklace that could assist her in holding the curvature for a longer period of time. She clutches it firmly around her wrist and yanks it off. We can see her hand slowly sliding down her neck. It is unclear if she is wearing the chain survived the incident, but scenario she was in at the end can to be imagined. In contrast to most horror flicks that depend on this film provides a lot of jump scares. Frightening atmosphere that makes you feel the terror and fear within you as a result of the character. The movie's fans think it's fantastic in every way because it sets off the primordial human instincts of viewers. It's something out of a nightmare. Makes people conscious of their terror I had no idea they possessed. That was the end of the video, and I hope you enjoyed it. Liked it. Subscribe for more similar stuff. Please share this and press the like button to assist us.